There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came up and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He kicked up an awful din again, because they said he must not sing again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He went fishing with a pin again. Caught a fish but dropped it in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. Climbed a tree and barked his shin again. Took off several yards of skin again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He grew fat and then grew thin again. Then he died and had to begin again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came up and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He kicked up an awful din again, because they said he must not sing again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He went fishing with a pin again. Caught a fish but dropped it in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. Climbed a tree and barked his shin again. Took off several yards of skin again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. There was an old man called Michael Finnegan. He grew fat and then grew thin again. Then he died and had to begin again. Poor old Michael Finnegan. Stop!
If all the world were paper, and all the seas were ink, and all the trees were bread and cheese, what would we have to drink? It's enough to make an old man scratch his head and think.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. How shall we build it up again, up again, up again? How shall we build it up again, my fair lady? Build it up with silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. Build it up with silver and gold, my fair lady. Silver and gold will be stolen away, stolen away, stolen away. Silver and gold will be stolen away, my fair lady. Build it up with wood and clay, wood and clay, wood and clay. Build it up with wood and clay, my fair lady. Wood and clay will wash away, wash away, wash away. Wood and clay will wash away, my fair lady. Build it up with iron and steel, iron and steel, iron and steel. Build it up with iron and steel, my fair lady. Iron and steel will bend and bow, bend and bow, bend and bow. Iron and steel will bend and bow, my fair lady. Build it up with stone so strong, stone so strong, stone so strong. Build it up with stone so strong, my fair lady. Stone will last for ages long, ages long, ages long. Stone will last for ages long, my fair lady.
Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, and who do you think they may be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turn 'em out, knaves all 3.
There were 10 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 9 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 8 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 7 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 6 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 5 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 4 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 3 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 2 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There was 1 in the bed and the little one said, jump back in, jump back in. There were 10 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 9 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 8 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 7 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 6 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 5 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 4 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 3 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There were 2 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There was 1 in the bed and this little one said, good night, good night.
Diddle, diddle, dumpling, my son John, went to bed with his trousers on. 1 shoe off and 1 shoe on. Diddle, diddle, dumpling, my son John.
Girls and boys come out to play. The moon does shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep and join your playfellows in the street. Come with a hoop and come with a call. Come with a goodwill or not at all. Up the ladder and down the wall. A halfpenny loaf will serve us all. You find milk and I'll find flour, and we'll have pudding in half an hour. Girls and boys come out to play. The moon does shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep and join your playfellows in the street. Girls and boys come out to play. The moon does shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep and join your playfellows in the street. Come with a hoop and come with a call. Come with a goodwill or not at all. Up the ladder and down the wall. A halfpenny loaf will serve us all. You find milk and I'll find flour, and we'll have pudding in half an hour. Girls and boys come out to play. The moon does shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep and join your playfellows in the street. There was a little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good, but when she was bad, she was horrid. She stood up on her head, on her little truckle bed, with nobody by for to hinder. And she yelled, and she yawled, and she screamed, and she bawled, and she banged her little heels against the window. Her mother heard the noise and thought it was the boys a-playing at a combat in the attic. But when she climbed the stair and saw Jemima there, she took her and she smacked her most emphatic. Little Polly Flinders sat among the cinders, warming her pretty little toes. Her mother came and caught her and smacked her little daughter for spoiling her nice new clothes. Little Polly Flinders sat among the cinders, warming her pretty little toes. Her mother came and caught her and smacked her little daughter for spoiling her nice new clothes. What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Frogs and snails and puppy dogs' tails, and such are little boys made of.
What are little girls made of? What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice, and all that's nice. That's what little girls are made of.
My wife and I lived all alone in a little log hut we called our own. She loved gin and I loved rum. I tell you what, we'd lots of fun. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? The rose is red, my nose is too. The violet's blue and so are you. And yes, I guess before I stop, I'd better have another drop. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? My wife and I lived all alone in a little log hut we called our own. She loved gin and I loved rum. I tell you what, we'd lots of fun. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? The rose is red, my nose is too. The violet's blue and so are you. And yes, I guess before I stop, I better have another drop. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee? Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown jug, don't I love thee?
Over the hills and far away galloped the pony dapple grey, galloping night and galloping day, over the hills and far away. When good King Arthur ruled this land, he was a goodly king. He stole 3 pecks of barley meal to make a bag pudding. A bag pudding the king did make, and stuffed it well with plums, and in it put great lumps of fat, as big as my 2 thumbs. The king and queen did eat thereof, and noblemen beside, and what they could not eat that night, the queen next morning fried.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Then mend it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then mend it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Mend it.
With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what?
With a straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. A straw.
The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With a knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. A knife.
The knife is too blunt, dear Liza, dear Liza. The knife is too blunt, dear Liza, too blunt.
Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Sharpen it.
With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
With a stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. A stone.
The stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry.
Then wet it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then wet it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
With water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With water.
In what shall I get it, dear Liza, dear Liza? In what shall I get it, dear Liza? In what?
In a bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. In a bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. A bucket.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Upon Paul's steeple stands a tree, as full as apples as may be. The little boys of London town, They run with hooks to pull them down, and then they run from hedge to hedge until they come to London Bridge.
Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me.
Dame, get up and bake your pies. Bake your pies, bake your pies. Dame, get up and bake your pies on Christmas Day in the morning. Dame, what makes your maidens lie? Maidens lie, maidens lie. Dame, what makes your maidens lie on Christmas Day in the morning? Dame, what makes your ducks to die? Ducks to die, ducks to die. Dame, what makes your ducks to die on Christmas Day in the morning? Their wings are cut, and they cannot fly, cannot fly, cannot fly. Their wings are cut, and they cannot fly on Christmas Day in the morning.
Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. You shall have a fishy on a little dishy. You shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. You shall have a fishy on a little dishy. You shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. You shall have a fishy on a little dishy. You shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance to your daddy, my little man. You shall have a fishy on a little dishy. You shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Dance to your daddy, my little laddie. Dance
Mother Shuttle lived in a coal scuttle, along with her dog and her cat. What they ate I can't tell, but 'tis known very well that not one of the party was fat. Old Mother Shuttle scoured out her coal scuttle and washed both her dog and her cat. The cat scratched her nose, so they came to hard blows. And who was the gainer by that?
There was an old woman tossed up in a basket 17 times as high as the moon. Where was she going? I couldn't but ask it, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, goodbye. Oh, where are you going to up so high? To sweep the cobwebs out of the sky. May I go with you, I by and by? There was an old woman tossed up in a basket 17 times as high as the moon. Where was she going? I couldn't but ask it, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, goodbye. Oh, where are you going to up so high? To sweep the cobwebs out of the sky. May I go with you, I by and by?
I see the moon, and the moon sees me. God bless the moon, and God bless me.
Seesaw, Marjorie Daw, Johnny shall have a new master. He shall earn but a penny a day, because he can't work any faster. Seesaw, sacker down, which is the way to London town? One foot up, the other foot down, that is the way to London town. Seesaw, Marjorie Daw, Johnny shall have a new master. He shall earn but a penny a day, because he can't work any faster. Seesaw, sacker down, which is the way to London town? One foot up, the other foot down, that is the way to London town.
Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, and some like it in the pot, 9 days old. There was an old woman, her name it was Peg. Her head was of wood, and she wore a cork leg. The neighbours all pitched her into the water. Her leg was drowned first, and her head followed after.
Tom, he was a piper's son. He learned to play when he was young, but all the tune that he could play was over the hills and far away. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. Tom with his pipe made such a noise that he pleased both the girls and boys, and they all stopped to hear him play. Over the hills and far away, over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. Tom played his pipe with such good will that those who heard him could ne'er keep still. As soon as he played, they began to dance. Pigs on their hind legs began to prance. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. Dolly was milking her cow one day. Tom took out his pipe and began to play. So Dolly and the cow danced the Cheshire round till the pail was broken and the milk ran on the ground. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. He met Dame Trot with a basket of eggs. Tom used his pipe and she used her legs. She danced about till her eggs were all broke. She began to fret, but he laughed at the joke. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. He saw a cross fellow who was beating an ass, all laden with pans, pots, dishes and glass. He took out his pipe and played them a tune, and the donkey's load was light and full soon. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my top knot off.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts and beat the Knave full score. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more.
Rain, rain, go away, come again some other day.
Little Tom